While searching for the witch Ciri had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Kira Metz. The sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow. Ciri had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had. The ghostly retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt that all was lost, until Kira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
Hello everyone. Back for some more Witcher 3. Let me take a look at the map here. There's hidden treasure here? Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this region and we're not going to deal with that right now. Instead, I want to go do the Baron's quest. Oh yeah, am I even strong enough for this? Yeah, never mind! Whoops. Trying to do the map. Oh, there's another hidden treasure. Well, there's level 13 wraiths around, and I have no intention of screwing around with them. Come back and do it later. Yeah, we're really, really out in the middle of nowhere. I probably... should I... where's the nearest road? I'm gonna go to that little jet of land and see if there's anything there. There's no roads. Lots of dangerous creatures around. So a lot of geographic features have something interesting at them. But we will see if this one does. Huh. What is that? 1 crown. Okay. I guess we're gonna go swimming. Let's hope there's nothing too dangerous. Oh, we got a bandit? They're only level 7, so... And fire.
Kill if you love the gods!
Come here. Because I got that mutagen, it's increasing my the damage and frequency of crits and setting guys on fire. And because I have Hangman's Venom, they're being poisoned over time. So despite the fact that they're higher level than me, they're pretty easy to take out. So there were these random bandits. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever found those guys before. What I need is a road. Oh. We have a quest.
Here. Need to use the eye.
No wonder he cursed us.
Now in his eye. Ought to use it.
Use the one brought soured wine. Curse is your fault as much as mine.
What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the All God, clearly. You too can seek his aid. That's if you've got fitting offerings. We scorned ours, and then cursed the old village.
The All God, you call him. First I've heard. Is some new deity?
Nay, 'tis ancient, revered by our forefathers. They say it were like this. Roslav of Oriton came here to gather brushwood. Suddenly, for no reason, a bush burst into flame. Then, Roslav heard a voice from the ground, demanding offerings and obedience.
We've been coming here since then, bearing gifts, in exchange for which the All God watches over us, keeps us from evil.
Mm-hmm. Plain to see that. So, what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us, you can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me hounds. But what can we do? Such are the times, and they're like to get worse.
All God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this All God of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you're to stand before the altar and cry out, All God, help a poor wretch in need. Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
A greedy god. Let's look at this quest. Address the All God using the altar. In the backwoods of Velen, Geralt came across an altar and next to it 2 troubled villagers. When asked the source of their worries, the peasants told Geralt the deity they worshipped, the awe-inspiring All God, had rejected the offerings they had brought him. The Witcher was not a particularly gods-fearing individual, nevertheless promised that he'd intercede for the peasants with their deity. Just checking something. Okay. So, obviously these guys are being played. Is it here? Here?
Oh, All God, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have.
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Avalanches? Here? Huh. How would that work? No answer from the All God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground. Wine. More like vinegar. Someone drank it anyway. Could follow the scent.
My, look at that. There was an illusion hiding an underground cellar.
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All-God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curves and way? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
Farewell.
Oh, whoops. That's not what...
Who dares?
I meant to ask
Been in this hole
this.
long?
For a century or so. One winter I found shelter here. Built a fire so large the flames leapt through the crack, lit the bushes above. I coughed from the smoke, and suddenly heard a peasant. A voice out of nowhere, he called. A miracle. Thus, I became a god.
Parasite, more like.
Maybe so. But what of Freya and Melitele then, Demanding prayers and offerings, given naught in return. I talk at least.
Listen here, lard ass. You're gonna be satisfied with what you get, or I'll feed you to the ravens.
Plowing reformers. No, fine. I'll sup more modestly. But just till the end of the war, not one day longer.
So, you know, they're being played, but my feeling is these guys aren't very smart, and he is giving them some small tangential benefits with small blessings. They kind of deserve this punishment. Their children, not so much. But because these people are superstitious, you might actually create more problems than you solve by killing them. Radovid V, the Stern, the hard slog to greatness, which brings us to the epithet of the current ruler of Redania, the Stern. Allow me to diagnose the causes and consequence of this appellation. Firstly, the seeds of Radovid's sternness were surely planted in his childhood. When Radovid was born to King Vizimir and Queen Hedwig, in 1255, his care was immediately entrusted to Philippa Elhart, the court sorceress. While none dared question if she was fit for the role of tutor, few now envisage her as having been a warm caregiver to a young child, and whatever harsh lessons she gave Radovid clearly left a lasting mark. The next step on Radovid's path to becoming the Stern, the death of his father when Radovid was 13 years of age. The rumor has it his father and son barely knew one another. The mere fact of being thrust into one's inheritance at such an early age and in such murky circumstances must have had a hardening effect. Finally, the Regency finished schooling Radovid towards becoming the Stern. Led by Sigismund Dijkstra of Tredogor, the Regency Council imparted upon Radovid a style of politics seeped in Dijkstra's aggressive, no-holds-barred, reason of state first principles. Such are the causes of Radovid's temperament. Now on to the consequences. Most manifestations of his fierce manner are well known, however a few illustrative examples might prove useful here. They include his summoning of the Order of the Flaming Rose to be his armed enforcers, his later support for the witch hunters and their zealous cause, and finally there's the massacre at Loch Moon. Yet it is in the fight against Nilfgaard that Radovid has proven himself truly the Stern. While the forces of other realms disintegrated in the face of the Empire's onslaught, he has strengthened his own realm and taken command of the joint armies of the North. Whatever their opinion of him before, all clear-eyed observers now agree. Radovid V, known also as Radovid the Stern, is the North's last bulwark against Emir's expanding power. So you're learning a little bit about another main player. Ekamera decoction, nice. So this guy's been just living here for 100 years off of villager offerings. Hard to blame him. It's more reliable than getting your own food. So I think I gotta go tell him.
Anything new?
Talk to your old god, face to face.
And will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you. I told you the All God's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing. Did you know there's a crypt beneath this hill? Might want to take a look sometime. Architecture's fascinating.
So that should conclude this quest. A greedy god. In the backwoods of Velen, Geralt came across an altar, and next to it 2 troubled villagers. When asked the source of their worries, the peasants told Geralt the deity they worshipped, the awe-inspiring All-God, had rejected the offerings they had brought him. The Witcher was not a particularly God-fearing individual, yet nevertheless promised that he intercede for the peasants with their deity. It turned out the revered All-God was a run-of-the-mill Sylvan, or as the common folk called these beings, a Diovel. The conniving beast, or the devil. The conniving beast had convinced the local peasantries of its divine powers and had grown fat on their offerings for decades. Geralt convinced the Sylvan demanding outrageously sumptuous offerings in a time of poverty and famine was immoral and unbecoming, even for a false god. The Sylvan seemed skeptical at first, but after eyeing the silver sword in Geralt's back, he decided best not to argue. Yep. Oh, that was the scent. I got some XP for that. Oh, I even got some crowns. Nice. And more experience. And more crowns. That was very lucrative. Okay, Werg's not interested. There's all these wild, roaming animals. It's aggravating. What is this? Just a little... This is where the path is? Ending? Just starting, hang on. Huh. There's a merchant here? That's nice.
Greetings.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Let's see what my weight is. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. But I should probably... Yeah, this is fine.
Farewell.
There's a merchant, didn't have anything interesting. New marker, Clay Witch. I should look at the markers. Every year at Valentine, a great feast is held in Clay Witch, accompanied by games, song, and dance. On that night, villagers from far and wide come to celebrate, with passing travelers welcome as well. Shortly before midnight, the youth in attendance race deep into the forest in search of a fernflower, and though no one has yet found one, many have found their other halves, or at least a night of moonlight passion. And there's nothing here. Why is there nothing here? I have a hunch that's because... I'm gonna put a marker. I think that has something that I want. It's a village that's missing its people. Oh, this is great. Oh, I just came from there. One second. Let me go in that direction. What's here? I think Clay Witch has people that are captured by bandits. Oriton. Oh, I just came from here, didn't I? Oriton. Village founded by Count Premislava Don Stessa, distant cousin to King Foltas of Temeria. The Count was known for his passion for racing chariots down winding forest paths and narrow country roads. The spectacle delighted onlookers, won the hearts of highborn ladies, and aroused hatred in his rivals. We have a notice board. Okay, we got some people, that's nice. So what's going on over here?
God's bless you.
Hey, somebody that likes me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna steal from you.
Gotta go to the woods again. Wasn't it recent you went to see them? Aye. And I swore to bring an offering. What is it you give the ladies? As thanks. You'll find out soon as you need their help.
Actually, can I look at this guy? Ah, they cleverly hit it. Okay.
Top of the day.
If it weren't for our fair Alphas ruling the wilds...
So Nilfgaardian soldiers are already here.
Leave me be.
Listen. Listen. Shinanaking.
Scribbler Naidid. Scribbler for the written O Nazis Naidid paid in crops and victuals willas. Okay. Nursery rhyme. A lonely ear doth forest hear, a hand with marks the lady's heart. Goose has stopped laying. Heart can help, and any who can. My goose stopped laying, now she's not but a year old. The pillar said to smear her rump with rapeseed oil to get her laying again. But when I tried that, she pecked my hand so hard I still wear the bruise to this day. So I'm asking if anyone knows another safer method. Lester. Contract, the Beast of Hornerton. Good folk, is a vile and dangerous spook, beast or devil of sorts causing no end of trouble near our village, Hornerton. We promise our profoundest gratitude and a sizable reward to any brave lad who can slay it. If you're looking to learn more, come pay us a visit. Ask for the Elderman Sobamir. Contract, missing soldiers. Let it be known that the Imperial Army is in need of a man who knows the area, a hunter or a scout, for example, to help us find a missing patrol. It is possible the soldiers fell prey to a monster. If this suspicion is confirmed, anyone delivering the beast's head will be paid a reward by the undersigned. Address any and all questions to the same individual. Glory to the Emperor. Mylan Norin, commander of the division stationed in Oriton. New carving needed. Lightning struck the carving the ladies once stood by the stream, burnt it to nothing. Someone's got to whittle a new one before our good guardians grow angry. If you've got the talent, grab a chisel and get to work. The Elderman. So, we got, I think, 2 Witcher contracts. The Beast of Oriton. Talk to the Elderman of Honerton about his contract for a Witcher. The inhabitants of Honerton had a problem, one only a Witcher could resolve. A monster they unhelpfully called a spook was haunting the woods near their village. Geralt decided to see what kind of beast it really was, and then kill it. Talk to the commander of the Nilfgaardian Patrol. The Nilfgaardian Patrol has gone missing near the village of Byways. Geralt took an interest in the matter, for the local Nilfgaardian commander suspected a monster was involved, and Geralt knew Imperial soldiers were always upfront and honest when it came to pay.
I asked.
Sorry.
Got an ill-looking woman's. Hmm?
Announcement. By order of the commander of Nilfgaardian Army Group Center Camp, the residents of Claywish and Orton are hereby ordered to report to Westerl Manor to perform labor for the Empire. Lists of designated residents and their assigned days of service have been given to the Eldermen. Those caught evading their duties shall be flogged. That's where everyone went at Claywish. They've been forced to work for the Empire.
Leave me be.
Fine, I'm just gonna rob you.
Us poor from the cutthroats. Who, I ask? Ah.
Oops. Walk.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Just go up the stairs, Geralt. Blacksmith.
Yeah?
I'm curious how good of shape my swords are in.
Need something crafted. Can you take a look?
%72%. I will repair these. He's a blacksmith. He might like these swords. Free up some space. Yeah, I can get rid of this stuff. I make more with an armor smith, but I'm not, like... I don't need gold that bad. He has nothing that I want.
So long.
This also gives me a lot more weight. That's good. Just go in the door.
Wild hunt, take them all.
Okay, he's just singing to himself.
Ever eaten tree bark? Me? The slither's coming on the arse from it.
This looks like a fishing village.
Listen. Listen. Did you kill the monster? No, all of it.
We're simple folk. We seek no quarrel. Oh!
Not one of the Baron's men, are you?
Who's this guy?
I didn't do nothing.
Got it. Okay.
Got a coin to spend?
I might.
Let me see his wares first.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Oh. That's really good. Let's grab it. Does he want these? Okay.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
We're good. Northern Realms. I don't need that. I don't need that. Oh, this is good. Always open with Spy if you're Nilfgaard or Northern Realms, so you get cards. Oh, this is really good. I'll play these guys. Well, that's interesting. I'll pass. Okay, you can go down. I will be up 2 cards. Oh, this is a very strong hand. He blew his weather card. Oh, that sucks. But he also blew his Scorch. Huh. I'm gonna play that. He has a useless leader ability. I'm okay with that, actually. I'm doing this so that I protect my units. That was a really smart move by the opponent. I hope that he doesn't have a Biting Frost. So I don't have anything to use decoy on, so I'm just waiting for him to burn through his cards. So what's your final card? Oh shit. Oh, this guy's playing smart. Okay, pulling out your medic. Not worried about it. I ended up crushing him anyway, despite his brilliant play. That was reckless. I should have played my siege. Vampire Gherkin. That would be Gravehag. They're long tongues for slurping marrow and whipping prey. Vampire Garcane. Blood drinkers and corpse eaters foul. Their very ugliness paralyzes foes. So what you saw there was I was delaying to force my opponent to play all their good cards, but the AI was actually playing really smart. Waited to resurrect a spy.
This be the witch.
Which actually made the game closer than I was expecting it to be.
Or interesting
However,
things from my nose.
Maybe I should send a man to the creek. Might catch something.
however, the AI was stupid and didn't blow their scorch at the right time.
Hunger's turned this one pale.
And also blew their weather card at a bad time.
They won't be as cocky once the Baron's men whip your eyes.
I'm just not afraid of... Speaking of the Baron, I should proceed... I should proceed to, I already went into that house.
Making me a
Go to the woods again. Weren't it recent you went to see him? Aye. And I swore to bring an offering. What is it you give the people? As thanks.
I should make sure the roads make sense. I'm actually going to wrap around the other way. See if we discover anything. That's a good-looking peasant.
If it weren't for our fair elders ruling the wild, we'd have starved long past.
Huh. Just looking around. Let's go north. You benefit by traveling on roads and cross country. There's lots of quests both ways. I'm also checking the mini-map to see if any red dots pop up indicating enemies. We got some burned out hut. Okay. A village up ahead. Dogs. Abandoned site. What are we looking at? Bootmaker's hut. Monster nest. Probably necrophages. Wow, look at how much health I'm taking. That's why mutagens are great. Come here. I know there's more of you. Come here. Come on. Oh, you're poisoned. How does that feel? They often drop... They will drop mutagens sometimes, so...
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it.
Hello. Another level 9. Look at that damage. Wrong sword. Why did I... I should go loot that monster nest. Nice. There's a merchant. Oops.
Greetings.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Okay.
Farewell.
I just realized I need to equip my saddle, which is much better. Oh yeah. Absolutely worth buying that. Is there anything else going on? Don't think so. Okay, time to go see this Baron's castle.
Help, please, help us! Right, listen,
Gonna get hit, that's annoying. Were they faking a need for help? Woo! Oh. That was stupid. I was trying to drink a swallow potion and I sheathed my sword instead. I don't need to talk to him. Alright. That was a really bad death. Okay. Oh yeah, they were absolutely faking it. Oh, there's a... My God! Oh, I have...
Stop walking into his sword!
I gotta take this guy out. Gotta keep him in front of me. Oh, come on. That was embarrassing. I gotta adjust to the fact that I have level scaling on. So getting hit by a crossbow, that took half of my health. Damn. Like, what the fuck? They were faking, those pricks. Anything here? What is this place? Just an abandoned house. Wait a minute, there's a quest?
Halt! Standing Jew! I challenge you!
Boots a bit big, maybe? Careful not to trip.
Halt, I say! I am Rundvid of the Small Marsh, bound by a sacred oath.
Oh, that's rough. My sympathies.
To honour Maid Bilberry, fairest of all maids I know, by duelling 100 knights to the death. Now, draw your sword post haste, for I've 99 left after you.
Why are you challenging me? Don't recall doing anything to offend the Maid Bilberry.
Well, why, then swear. Swear! Maid Bilberry's the most loveliest of all.
Thing is, I've never laid eyes on her.
Aha! Ah! I shall wash your scorn away with thy blood, fiend! Stand and fight!
Not too late to surrender. That enough?
Yes, luck stood with you. But the next time we meet...
Go back to Maid Bilberry and apologize for being an ass. Quick, before I change my mind and break your bones.
We shall meet again.
So, the story with this guy that isn't really explained in the game, you can infer from the game, and I'll explain it now. It's super sad. There's going to be a notice board in Crow's Perch about a guy talking about his 4-year-old daughter named Bilberry having died, either from the war or starvation. And it's likely this guy's the father, and he's probably lost everything, and he's now pretty much just on a search for death, because, you know, when you lose your children, you're not clear-headed, and if that's everything in your life, you're willing to do extreme things. Crow's Perch. After Vesserad, its previous owner, panicked at the news that armies were approaching and fled to Fyke Isle, this castle became home to Philip Stranger, alias the Bloody Baron, along with his family and entourage. So that's a pretty rough emotional event. Was that quest? Was that a quest? No? Okay. So these are the Baron's men. Kovir and Provis. Kovir and Provis are without a doubt the richest realms in the north. Few today remember that this was not always the case, yet their poverty was once literally on everyone's lips, in the form of now antiquated common sayings. As recently as in the days of Harbert the Quarrelsome, one spoke of a particularly impoverished person as being poorer than a mouse from Provis, called bone broth, Koviri delight, and referred to beggars as Prexides, after the bay along the shores of which these kingdoms lie. Similarly, few remember that a mere handful of generations ago, Kovir and Provis were still a part of Redania. King Radovid I, known as Radovid the Great, handed dominion over them to his hated brother, Troyden, with one stipulation that he never leave his newly acquired demesne and not interfere in matters of state. Handing over this rocky scrap of far northern ground, where the saying went the year had two seasons, August and winter, was naturally meant as a cruel joke, a slap in the face of the overambitious Troyden. Yet time soon proved that Radovid the Great had made a grave error. Before long, it was discovered that Kovir's bare rocks hid priceless treasure in the form of enormous deposits of precious metals and rock salt. This discovery in turn led to tremendous growth in productive industry. Mills, forges, and workshops sprouted up like mushrooms after a hearty rain. Radovid III decided to correct his famous forebear's mistake and take back the northern frontiers of his kingdom. He was convinced the combined armies of Redania and its then ally Kedwin would quickly bring this ever more audacious vassal in line. History took a different turn, however, and Kovir won a resounding, crushing victory. Radovid III was forced to sign the first treaty of Lanexiter, granting Kovir independence while binding it to internal neutrality, a promise Trojan's successors have kept with great diligence. Until recently, Kovir was ruled by Esterad Thazin, a king as wise as he was greedy, yet his untimely demise did not stop his lands from continuing to develop and blossom. Koviri metallurgists proudly compete with the best Mahakam can offer, and many believe the University of Lanexeter long ago surpassed the famous Oxenford Academy as the leading seat of higher learning in the north, and so it has come to pass that over the course of a few generations, the inhabitants of Kovir and Provis have turned from paupers into princes, from beggars into bankers. And so it is. We do not get to go to Kovir, sadly, or Provis. They're just north of Novigrad, I think. Whoops. Just invading a person's home while they're sleeping at night. The Baron's henchmen? Yep. What shall become of Temeria? Yeah, I already read that one. Don't mind me, I'm just stealing stealing everything. So we still see these. Missing Anna Stringer, wife of the Bloody Baron, presumed kidnapped. Hearty reward for whoever finds her or brings her in. So the daughter of the Bloody Baron and his wife are missing.
Fuck.
Whoops. One second. I stole in front of them. That was really stupid. Thank God I can run away. Are they still hunting me? Wow. Yeah, they'll kill me. They're way higher level than me, and then they'll take all my money. Don't steal in front of the guards. Not Richard's brightest moment.
There are a lot of them beasties you...
Winds howling.
Folk don't object to your white mud.
Thank you. What's in here?
Halt! Who goes there?
Baron home?
Depends who's asking.
A witcher. Want to talk to him?
Yeah. And I want to plough the lovely Queen Cyril.
Seen this man before. In at the crossroads. You was there not so long ago. Thought you were supposed to go your separate way. Nice and all.
It led me here. Gotta talk to the Baron.
Oh, aye? What about?
Something important. His ears only.
Fine. Lodrin, let him in. If he makes any trouble, well, we outnumber him.
Open the gate. Sergeant! Ardle! Witcher, to see the Baron. Don't want no disturbances. That clear?
What do you think?
First, let's go here. Proclamation made. Hereby be known that any man shirking delivery of his feudal duties to the castle will be punished, and harshly. For hiding foodstuffs, 50 lashes shall be delivered without mercy or delay to old and young, men and women alike. Soothsayer, honest and true-sighted, I've many a year behind me and have been through much in each. In return, the gods have granted me the gift of sight. I need but take a hand and gaze upon it, and before my eyes comes a vision of what awaits that hand and its owner and all it touches. Some call it witchcraft and unnatural. This gift, but to my reckoning, it's the same as how some swim strong or play fiddle masterfully, while others sputter and screech. If you don't fear knowing what fate has in store, come pay a visit to old Raka. Flogging. As punishment for failure to perform feudal duties, 100 lasses each have been administered to George of Strain, Stenbrodus, Brodus the Elder, and Mussy Highland. May this serve as a reminder, the hand that feeds can also strike its wayward words. Ointment for diverse ailments. Ointments for carbuncles, boils, and gout have I, to exchange for salted meat or such. Be warned, 'tis awful rank and noisome to wear, yet I swear it works wonders. Lemuel. Contract Shrieker. To whom it may concern, let it hereby be known that whoever kills the Shrieker, the monster that wove its nest near Crow's Perch, and has taken to killing both men and beasts, will be given a sizable reward. Take heed that she's a dreadful, dangerous creature, and killing it will take a trained fighter, not just a pack of peasants with pitchforks. Chet of Crow's Perch. Rubs for aches and more. My daughter's hands be strong and supple, and more than one man or wife complaining of witch shot or other aches of the back have come to her greatly troubled and left at ease. If hard work in the fields has got you hunched like an overburdened ox, come to our hut and find relief. Pally. P.S. Waste not your time nor ours with lecherous proposals. We got a quest. It is... Oh. Yeah, I've already looked at that one. Talk to the contract issuer. Not only did the people of Crow's Perch live in constant fear of the Baron's mad impulses and the greed of his band of toughs, but they also had to deal with a vicious monster. They had given this beast a lovely, full of wholesome folk character named Shrieker. It had tormented them so terribly that they had decided to pay for a witcher to eradicate it. Geralt, who was far from deaf to the concerns of simple folk, and also was forever in need of more coin, decided to take the contract on this mysterious beast.
Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Temerian army don't exist, no.
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the Black Ones thrashed us. Let it lie and try to lead normal lives, or continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron your commander?
Yeah, commander.
Oi, lads, fancy an outing to find that
War
shielding?
Odric.
Been the Smiths, lads. Gap-toothed one.
What a bad idea. Nice tits on her.
I'm talking about the Shrieker, wreaking havoc in the peasants' coops now.
Are you balmy? Oh, we got us a hero looking to save the common folk.
Real soldier talk.
You lot fancy
Quartermaster.
a gander at our little stockpile. We've gathered ourselves quite the collection. Why let such nice things waste away in peasants' books?
Show me what
They're
you
commandeering from the peasants. Yeah, you can have that. Oh, no. Oh, God. That was terrible. Whoops. I thought I had equipped that.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of Gwent.
The more I drink, the clearer I think.
We are good. No mistakes. I have 3 Gwent battles coming up. I gotta be very careful. This is okay. Northern Realms. He's got the Pull a Fog card. Okay, this is good. Oh, look at that. We got a new card. Thaler, fuck off. We aren't all plow and philander. Some of us have depth. So I'll take that. So I'm going to play the spy back. Oh, this is getting better. So I suspect he's got a fog. So let's see if I can pull it out of his deck. Okay. I do not have a decoy. Okay. I hope I get, I hope I get my... Oh, this is really strong. Okay, I have a Biting Frost. What makes a lot of sense is to go on the yeah. I'm going to commit pretty heavily to this round. I have pretty strong cards, so let's see what happens. And my 8 strength siege engines protecting me from scorches. Nope. My opponent has to commit now. This is perfect. So now I can do this. I see no particular reason to keep playing. I've lapped him, so he's going to have to commit a lot. And you had nothing. He had no scorch, which hurt. I need to equip my damn saddle. I thought I had already done that. That was aggravating. Havoc. So is that Squirtle? Havokar Smuggler. I fight for those who's paying the best or whoever's easiest to rob. Gotcha. So this fight is much harder.
Where the fuck are you going?
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Let's get rid of this stuff. He has... Oh. He has books. Do it yourself. Care for your sword, soldier. This is a much harder fight.
Yearning to play a few rounds of Gwent. That ought to set me straight.
I should be able to beat him, but it's gonna not be easy. Okay. Oh, that's good. Scoia'tael, so no spies is annoying, but a couple of decoys. Let's see what happens. This is not a good hand for this. I am gonna commit heavily to this round. Maybe I'll pull out a Scorch. Yep. Do something else that's interesting. That's actually great because I can do this. Now I can push harder in round 2 to try to... I'm sure my opponent has a Scorch. Well, I'm not going to play... I'll just play a card, see what he does. Okay. Ah, there's the muster ability. You're just in a lot of trouble. That's it, huh? I didn't even have to... Wow, that was pretty easy. But my opponent, like, didn't have good cards. I think that was just like a lucky draw. Philippa Elhart. Oh yeah. Soon the power of kings will wither and the lodge shall seize its rightful place. Not affected by any special cards or abilities. An absolute must to have. Yeah, you can go. And you are much more challenging.
How can I help you?
Interesting lilt in your voice. You originally from Skellige?
Ardskellig. Spent my whole childhood in Holmstein.
Why'd you leave?
Always had a liking for the smithy. I'd sit there all day taking things in. The heat of the furnace, the smell of the hot steel, the pounding hammers. At 17 winters, my dad told me he could teach me no more. Sent me out there into the world, bid me to hone my craft. A few years on, I had my master crafting papers. Then the war broke out, and I landed here.
Let's see if she has anything in
What's
stock.
good?
No books. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay, she is the hardest person to play in
Up for a few
Velen.
rounds of Gwent?
She is literally the hardest person to play in Velen. This is going to be interesting. No mistakes. She's got a monster deck. I really want my Frost card. I don't think I need you. Decoy is good. I forgot what this does. Aridin, commander of the Red Riders, have some dignity. You know how this will end. Double the strength of all your close combat units. Okay. That is a problem. I'm digging for Biting Frost. Did not get it. Okay, so let me see. How many, what's the minimum number of cards? I think I'm gonna pass. That's a substantial commitment from her. She has more muster, though. Yep, I know. Oh, I played the wrong card. Whoops. I need 10. So I'll be up 3 cards. I played the wrong card. I should have been playing my melee units. I didn't get Biting Frost. This is highly highly problematic. Yep. She has at least one Scorch and another Muster and some gold cards. Yep. I messed up. Well, I didn't really mess up. I just didn't get a spy card. Oh. You have Scorches. I bet she's got Scorches in her hand. So, 21 to 23. I beat her. Wow. My strategy worked. She probably had Scorches in her hand, and she never got to use them, so she didn't wipe out my units.
Oi, where the fuck are you going?
Dal Balantha Scout. That's... They track like hounds, run like deer, and kill like cold-hearted beasts. Agile, can be placed in either the close combat or the range combat row, cannot be moved or placed. Yep. They're kind of flexible, which avoids weather problems.
Blowing Hanover.
The soldiers are hilarious and horrifying at the same time.
Nothing here for you.
Infosema. Now those were balls. Attended a few, me and my Annie. Oh, how we danced, how we twirled. Ha ha ha!
Oh!
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey!
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't you stay for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
Look at that. Didn't even stay for tea. In spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the nation is.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Right you are. I know who you are. Believe I also know why you've come. We'll talk inside. Make yourself at home. Where to put the bloody vodka? Ah, there it is. A snifter.
Why not?
Ha! A man after me own heart. With Foltest dead and Natalis whereabouts unknown. Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Sumerian to drink to these days?
Himself and his company?
Good enough. To the matter at hand, I'm Philip Strenger. Now the Blobtits round here call me the Bloody Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
I don't. Swamps, bogs, marshes everywhere.
Exactly. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
What are you getting at?
Many have lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
Get to the point already.
Ciri, that's why you've come, isn't it?
So she was here.
She showed up some time ago, exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp.
This is our first scene with Ciri as an adult.
Said some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
That was close. I must leave this place.
I will need to gather a few things.
She needs help.
Yep, Ciri has some special abilities. She's also automatically regenerating her health over time at a much faster rate than Geralt
Calm
can.
down. Hello there. Are you lost?
A little, I guess. Are you?
Yes. Though also just a little.
Does that mean you know which way to go?
Not quite. Not yet. But I'm sure we'll find the way if we set off together.
What happened to you?
This? It's nothing. How did you wind up here?
My father brought me. Told me to follow the trail of treats and eat my fill. He said he would wait. So I started down the trail. Then I saw a butterfly, and I ran to catch it, and I lost my way.
Your father, why did he have you follow the trail of treats? Do you know?
Because we had naught to break our fast with.
I don't understand.
I was naughty. Broke a jug. Spilled all our milk.
Your parents must have been angry.
Mother said I should be spanked. But Father said it wouldn't do no good. Too many mouths to feed anyway. Sending me down the trail of treats. That would solve things.
You and your father, when did you leave home?
This morning.
And did the sun warm your face or your back?
It warmed my back.
So we must go east. Come, I'll walk you home. And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes, I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge, with giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too. Come, I'll help you up.
New quest. Apparently this is where we're located. Wait. No. Why am I not... Oh, okay. I'm at Ciri, so I can't. So, Velen's war-torn, right? So, they have no money, no food, nothing. So, if things are dire enough, you send your children off in the woods.
Quick! Hide!
This is tricky because I have level scaling on. So it's making things harder.
You can come out now.
My, you're brave. My father couldn't even do that.
Mine could do a lot more. Come.
Alright. Follow Gretka.
Look! There's something there.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But...
No buts. Stay here. I must see something. Bloodshot, but still moist. He died recently. Lips parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue. Immense pain before death. His chest is crushed. Ribs probably pierced his lungs. Something picked him up and threw him against the tree. Something tore his leg off. No, gnawed it off.
Ew, that's horrible.
Stay there, and look away. What's this? Marrow's missing. Interesting. Let's see. His liver's gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied? The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except he's a werewolf.
What happened to him?
He had a fall.
I bet. The Wolf King got him.
When did children get so smart?
What will we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil? You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No, a far more special oil. Of dog tallow, wolf's bane, bull's parsley, and wolf's liver. The Wolf King will feel terrible, terrible pain.
You're smart. How do you know these things? Did your father teach you?
Not my father. My uncle. Uncle Vesemir.
I need fool's parsley.
Hear that? Wolves.
Hide! Quickly!
Ugh. Come here. These guys are a little annoying.
They're gone! You can come out!
You cut him up bad! The Wolf King will be angry.
All right, I have everything. Now for a spot where I can build a fire and brew the oil in peace.
What you doing?
Greasing my blade. There. Let's see just how effective Uncle Vesemir's formulae are.
Where are we going? Over here.
Do parents often send their children out to follow the sweets?
Sometimes they send their children. Sometimes they go themselves.
Do they return?
No. Why would they? They've plenty to eat where the path ends. This way. Through the cave.
You lead.
It's a bit dark.
Afraid?
Are you?
No.
What?
The Wolf King, now do you believe me?
I do. Hide!
Wow. She's so overpowered.
Why, you really give him a drubbing. Never seen anything like it.
Girl, you can come out now. Come on. You're lucky we came this way. Found someone far less fortunate in the forest.
Must be. We was returning from Midcops when the brute attacked. I managed to flee, but Yaren,
The little one. No details. You have bandages at home? Some spirit? He laid a claw or two on me, unfortunately.
I've not, miss, but my lord, he's a powerful man. He's sure to help you. Might even reward you for cutting the werewolf down.
Very well. Lead us to your lord.
Fell in northern Temeria a few hours later.
Just who do you think you brought me, man? That's not me daughter.
And the little one?
Neither, damn it! I think I'd know my own child.
Well, might not be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit a likeness. That's downright striking. So, any chance for that reward?
You'll not see one fucking copper. Get out before I set my hands on you. So, stew any good?
Very. Thank you. I'd not eaten in.
Clear to see. I'm pleased you like it. Had them prepare a bath for you once you've eaten. And you could do with some sleep. Gretka in the nook behind the hearth. You in the guest room opposite the kitchen.
Thank you. Shh.
Eat now. We'll speak once you've rested. So I ordered my men to watch her and left her to rest.
And?
A topic for another time.
The little girl who showed up here with Ciri. What happened to her?
Gretka. She's safe and sound. Helps out in the kitchen. Ciri told me of the girl's parents, what they decided. So I decided not to send the lass home. She's fed here. A roof over a warm corner she calls her own. She wants for nothing.
What happened to Ciri?
I've told you already. A topic for another time.
Take it you won't give me this information for free.
Sharp you are. I regret your loss. Commiserate. But you see, it so happens my wife and daughter are missing as well. I propose an exchange. Find my loved ones, and I shall tell you about the girl you seek. All I know.
Thing is, can I trust you? What guarantees do I have?
None whatsoever. Only my word.
What if I refuse? Because I just don't want to.
Would you tell me to sod off? Go ahead, but then I'll tell you the same. And what'll that make us? Two helpless, empty-handed sods. Think of it as searching for your own daughter. Ought to go quickly then. Guard! This man's under my protection. No one's to bother him in any way. Don't stare, I've not grown horns. Treat it as a token of my good faith.
When do you see them last?
They vanished after the new moon, as if whisked away by shadows.
What do you mean, vanished?
Precisely that. I awoke one morn to find them gone.
You try to search for them?
Sent men out right away, but they're not suited to it. It's one thing to rip up floorboards in search of a peasant's last sack of grain. Finding a living person, they just don't know how. Besides, Velen's naught but swamps and marshy woodland. Plenty of hard-to-find nooks. If you're looking to hide someone, this is the place.
Maybe they were kidnapped. Got any enemies?
None worth mentioning. Worthless little pricks and angry peasants is all. None would dare raise a finger against my family. Any who might have, they've been eating dirt long since.
Anything unusual happen before they disappeared? They act differently, do anything strange?
Unusual? No. Well, not long ago, peasants came to complain that a beast had ravaged a woman by the well. Devoured another lass before her. Common occurrences in Velen. And my women, Anna, quiet as a mouse as ever, and Tamara, occupied with her things, Nothing unusual.
It's very clear he has no idea what his family's doing. He's not a family man.
This place. Must be hard to be the only two women here.
This place? What do you mean? I wanted for nothing here. Pheasant for dinner? Not a problem. Blue ribbons from Toussaint? Say the word.
Had your men in mind. Their company. Sure your wife and daughter weren't being harassed?
My men are a horde of horsens, but they know their place. One of them so much as looked at Anna or Tamara crosswise, I'd cut him down like a dog.
What's interesting about that is if you listen to the sergeant, he doesn't really respect him as a commander. So you have a situation here where he has this former Temerian soldiers acting pseudo-vassal to Nilfgaard, but Nilfgaard doesn't respect them. Temerians don't care about them, and I think they all know that they're a bunch of misfits and losers, and if Nilfgaard wins, maybe it will be okay, but if Nilfgaard loses, they're going to be hung as traitors. And I think there's a lot of tension there.
I'll need to know a lot more than that. Can I see their rooms?
What for?
I need clues. Anything to latch onto.
I'll not let a stranger pore through their belongings.
Want me to find them or not?
I do.
Then let me work.
Fine. But I shall go with you. The doors are locked.
There's a certain reluctance there, but the definitive I do is really important. He really does want to find them. That quest. Ciri, the King of the Wolves. Fleeing the monsters of Crookback Bog, Ciri arrived at a dried-up branch of the Pontar. While trekking up the former riverbed, Ciri came across a girl named Gretka. The child spoke in a quivering voice of the fearsome Wolf King, who, in a twist straight out of the spine-tingling ballad, prowled the very path they needed to travel. The Wolf King, it turned out, was in truth a common werewolf. Ciri slew it, but sustained a wound in the battle. A villager whom the werewolf has been threatening just before Ciri intervened thanked her for saving his life and offered to take her and Gretka to Crow's Perch, where the Baron would feed them and tend to their wounds. Do we have anything in the bestiary? No. Characters? Yes, Anna Stranger. Geralt did not meet Anna Stranger, the Bloody Baron's wife, when he visited Crow's Perch. Sometime before his arrival, this woman had disappeared in unexplained circumstances along with her daughter Tamara. Geralt did, however, receive a detailed description of the missing woman. Anna was a comely 40-something woman with green eyes and her hair dark as raven wings, which she kept tied in a tight bun behind her head. Tamara Stranger, the Baron's daughter Tamara, had disappeared with her mother sometime before Geralt arrived at Crow's Perch. The Baron described her as a charming young maid of 19 summers and the apple of his eyes. No wonder then the Lord of Crow's Perch was desperate to find her. Bloody Baron. During his first encounter with Baron Philip Stringer, Geralt found the man's many contradictions puzzling. The former Temerian soldier was clearly an opportunist who, after his army's resounding defeat, served, dealt, and negotiated with the occupying empire of Nilfgaard. The local peasantry anointed him the Bloody Baron, a clear indication that he did not handle his vassals with kid gloves. On the other hand, he proved a surprisingly gracious host to an unexpected guest who was also a stranger and a hired monster slayer. His treatment of children and young women towards whom he demonstrated a wholly sincere, near fatherly concern likewise contradicted his bandit-like appearance and terrifying moniker. Ciri had learned this for herself, finding care and shelter under his roof. In exchange for information about Cirilla, the Baron asked Geralt to find his wife Anna and their daughter Tamara. Both had disappeared without a trace some time ago, and Philip was slowly losing hope of ever seeing them again. Under these circumstances, a witcher was a gift from the gods. I also think in my inventory I have things. No? There's books, right? Ah, here we go. Do it yourself. How many times have you cursed a tailor for sewing a shirt more crooked than that infamous home in Novigrad? How many times have you argued with the smith who proved unable to forge a simple horseshoe in a month? How many times will you steal food from your children's mouths because some armorer demands a Koviri fortune for a ho-hum helmet? Enough. Basta, I say, and so should you. Empowered by the tome you hold in your hands and a few simple tools, you should be able to perform basic repairs all by yourself and perhaps even create something from scratch. So show those extortioners from the crafting guild who shall make the fool of whom. Roll up your sleeves and get to work. And care for your sword, soldier. A soldier can wear a dirty jerkin, rank foot cloths, and stained greaves. A soldier can walk around unshaven, can stink the high heaven, or even have the mange. But a sword almost always shines as if straight from the forge, for in a battle, neat clothing and an eye-pleasing appearance will not save anyone's life, but a sword will, as long as it's well cared for, and the man at the dull end knows what he's doing. So how should we care for your blade? Simple. After every battle, wipe all the blood and guts off of it, take an oil-soaked linen rag, and give it a good rub down. If you're fighting in swamplands or in heavy rain, it is worth your while to coat the blade in beeswax. You should sharpen its edges regularly using a good whetstone. It's important to take your time in doing this. Each movement should be steady and delicate, like you're stroking a virgin on your first night together. If your sword develops rust, it means you're slovenly and a lazy oaf. Take some sand in your hand at once and scour the blade till the stains disappear. Take heed, thou, not to cut your fingers in the doing, for then you won't be any good to anyone. I am going to save here. This is a good stopping point. Until next time, Richard out.